Jeffrey says there's nothing wrong with watching porn. It's healthy for you.
There was a study that said fapping decreases your chances of prostate cancer.
And so Jeffrey watches porn and jacks off at least twice per day.
I'm not at the beach, this is a bathtub.
Adonis doesn't watch porn. He makes it. When you watch porn, you are the one getting fucked. Not only are you messing up your brain, by the way, you should really read Your Brain on Porn by Gary Wilson. You're also building up the habit of watching the woman that you want getting railed by another man. Now, first of all, my name is Hamza. I help young men go through the Jeffrey to Adonis transformation through self-improvement. You're clearly interested in that. Scroll down right now, click on the subscribe and the post notification button. You won't get another chance at this motherfucker. Also, not to mention the very fucked up atmosphere of the porn industry, which literally drug and rape the actresses. And I know what you're thinking. If you're a little bit of a young, spurgy young man, you're probably thinking, you know, they're porn stars. They wanted to fuck anyway. You can't rape a porn star. Bro, do you want to know the sad truth? The majority of women in porn aren't porn stars. Think of porn stars like the celebrities, like the 1%. The majority of women that you've jacked off to, bro, are literally just normal women who are broke, who were told that if they go and do this video, they'd get $200 for taking dick on camera. And now it's one of their biggest regrets, knowing that some little spurgy guy like you has been jacking off to their pictures and leaving like hate comments below. And it's weird, as young men of the internet, we hate these women for some reason. And I can't tell why. I think potentially we're a little bit jealous because if we were getting paid to have sex, like, bro, we're gonna do that shit, let's be honest. The sex in the porn industry is very, very appealing. Pretty much every woman that I speak to says that they're considering making an OnlyFans. What they don't realize is that the overwhelming majority of women who have got an OnlyFans account make less than $100 per month. And the sad reality is that there's no going back from that. If you're low on finances and you need to make some extra money because you don't want to work that shitty job that you've got, the moment that someone knows that you've got an OnlyFans, he can only ever treat you like the $9 queen that you advertise yourself to be. And now here's an unconventional, unpopular opinion, which pretty much everyone will disagree with me, especially men. I think that watching porn is exactly like watching sports. You're just watching someone else win. You're sat there with your chips and your Budweiser, like, I wish that was me. And I remember one of the last times that I watched porn, it was a triple session, a jackathon, a fap marathon. I was scrolling on the Reddit all page, and I always used to pretend that I didn't know what I was scrolling for. I was just interested in all of the memes and the news posts, but I knew what I was scrolling for. And eventually, after you scroll for long enough, you get to the not safe for work posts, and there's always GIFs and pictures, and there's different subreddits for every niche that you can think of. And so of course you look at the picture like this, and then you like click on the subreddit, and there's so much fucking content there, so you scroll on all that for like 20 minutes, and you go back and you keep scrolling down and down and down. On the third nut of the session, my dick didn't even get hard. Like, dead ass, it was probably about 40 to 50% of an erection by the time I bust. Bro, there is no reason for a young man to experience ED, erectile dysfunction, and yet here we are. And the reason why it's so prevalent, the reason why there's so many guys with these problems of porn is because it's too fucking good. It's too stimulating. There's too much in like a video scene. Like, one video is too stimulating. It's like super coke, like super cocaine. And so that's what we're doing from now on. We are no longer ever going to watch video porn or anything to that extreme level ever again. Now, what I've been suggesting to some of the guys who are somewhat new to NoFap is that you have to do something called, which I call progressively unloading. So in the gym, we say progressive overload is when week by week you start increasing the weight or the reps or the sets that you do. So over time, you do a little bit more. Now, to do this, we're going to use progressive unload, which is over time, you're going to do less. So if right now you're a spurg, which you probably are, and you're watching the full-blown video porn, which is like the montage, like the hype music beat in it. At the bottom, it gives you like the pulse to stroke your dick at the same time and shit, bro. If you're watching that shit, you're gonna dial it back. Now, the issue with all the shit advice that you've seen for NoFap and all the dumbass YouTubers about it is that they're like, no porn, no jacking off, no. That's like you trying to hit a PR today. That's like a beginner going to the gym, seeing a guy bench press 3 plates, and he's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do that too. Grab the empty bar, and even that might be too heavy for you. We're gonna start you off small and keep leveling you up over time. You've been building this porn addiction for many years. It's gonna take some time to unload the same addiction. That's what pisses me off when guys come to me and they ask for nofap help. They've been jacking off for like 6 years straight and they get pissed off that they can only get to like day 3 of nofap. You're not supposed to reach a day 100 and something. Like your nofap like journey takes literally years to get to the golden point, which I say the golden point is when you just kind of forget that porn jacking off is even a thing. Like it's just not in my mind like whatsoever. So that is your strategy from now on. You're going to progressively unload by slowly turning down the stimulation that you get from porn. So if you're using the video fucked up shit, then you go down and maybe don't watch as like weird niches and go down and down and down. The ideal scenario, if you're not going to go into full nofap, which I do recommend, but a lot of guys will never get there. The ideal scenario is literally you just find one picture and that's your session's content for the day. And eventually, if you can do it, go to your imagination. That's probably the healthiest way by far, is to literally just like imagine something sexy and then to nut to that. We're not watching porn ever again for the rest of our lives, even though there will be some very, very stimulating, tasty innovations in the next few years. I think there's going to be something bigger than VR porn that's coming, and you've got to watch it back for that. Do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it.